Many thanks for staying tuned. Of course, it's still the conversation here on Lagos Television. Two songs from the Monye crooner herself, ushering us into this discussion today. I'm sure for a lot of people who've been asking the question, where is Stella Monye? Okay, He Prepared Me is one of the latest work that, of course, she's done. And she's here in the studio today to take us through her journey in music and, of course, perhaps why she's been off the radar for some time. Of course, she had her reasons, and of course, she's not regretting the reasons why she left. But of course, she's back, and she's hoping to take back her place in the music industry. Good morning, Stella. Thank you for being here on the program.
Good to be here again after a long time.
Right, I know when you came in, you said, you again, and that's to Jibola. For many, especially the younger generation, who, of course, may not know who Stella Monye is, because especially for those of us who were born in the 70s, we
still managed to know.
We still managed to know, of course, and, you know, especially with the Okomiye song, of course, which brought you up in limelight, and a lot of people, even till today, resonate with that song. And of course, you started singing at a young age. You started singing as a teenager, fresh from my alma mater, now Obafemi Awolowo University, but then University of Ife. Yeah. How did you find music?
Music found me.
Oh, music found you. Okay. So how did music find you?
Well, you know, everybody has a story. Everybody has beginning. Where they all started from. Some will say I started from church.
Some will say I started from my mother's womb.
You know, of course, in secondary school I started hobnobbing with drama department, and I saw that I was taking a lot of interest in theater things, you know, and that quite didn't open my eye until later when I saw that everything just started moving towards me doing entertainment, you know. So when I wrote Okomiye was just an inspiration from my mother. My mother being an African woman who wanted to get married and stay there, no matter what, you know, because my father is a serial polygamist, you know, so my mom is always like, I can't go anywhere. I won't leave my children. I must be here. No matter what. Despite all the war from the other women, she stayed put. And then one day I said, oh, I'm going to write a song for my mom. But I didn't know what I was going to do with the song. You know, so I just wrote it. I was just messing around with it. When somebody heard it and said, this song is nice. It has a lot of melody. Don't you think you should put it out there? Since it's dedicated to your mother, you can as well just record it and let it be unveiled. You know, so I made an attempt, you know. Somebody said, oh, go to EMI. You never can tell. So I went to EMI and I submitted just the voice and the guitar. And then I left it there and I went back to school because I was in Ife when I wrote the song. So one day I came back home on holidays and my father said, oh, there's a letter waiting for you from EMI. They said your song came first at the A&R department. I'm like, what song?
I had even forgotten about it.
I was joking, you know. So the rest became history after I visited EMI and
here you are today.
Signed the contract.
Okay, Stella, like Abimbola said while doing the introduction, you've been off the radar for a while. We can relate with your music, Okomi, Kilode, Ife, and the rest of your songs. But this new generation, I doubt if any of our interns here can relate with you. Where have you been?
My son had an accident, a near tragic accident that almost claimed his life while I was away on national engagement. We were writing a theme song for Nigeria 99, Coca-Cola under 17 World Cup. You know, so we did, a couple of us, I mean, we artists led by late Christy Senibokwe, Sheena Peters was there, Oris Wiliki, we just gathered ourselves and said, okay, our own contribution will be to do a song for this World Cup, you know. And after the song was made, we went to Abuja to present it to the president. And then my son had an accident while I was away. By the time I came back, he was hospitalized. Then General Hospital, now Lasset. Okay. You know. So the whole tragedy started from there when they did the first surgery for him, and he wasn't right. It became a problem. You know, we started moving from hospital to hospital to hospital until we now landed in. We went everywhere. We went to Tbilisi. We went to India. We went everywhere. Each time we get to anywhere, they say, the extent of damage is bad. Wow. You know, and then it started affecting most of his main organ, you know, inside organ, like his bladder, his kidney, his everything just came crashing, you know. So in the end, we ended up in America, in New York. We went to Mount Sinai Hospital, where they said they couldn't touch him.
It was really that bad.
It was a bad case that they can't touch him. So we're referred to one hospital in Dallas. From Dallas again, they referred us back to New York, to NYU Langone Health. Okay. You know, so that's where we've been. They said they would. It's going to be systematic now. You know, because the repair they have to carry out one by one.
Stages.
And it's going to run into years. Wow. So that's where we are now, you know. But
are there improvements?
But yeah. At least the first major surgery he had that everybody could not do in several years, that one came successful. Okay. Of course, we have to follow up. I mean, we cannot just say it's okay, you know, because things are still happening, you know. And the doctor warned us from the beginning. He said, "You guys are going to have to run this thing concurrently, you know." But I decided to come back to work, because because of guilt that I left him at home, and this happened to him.
Right, because you felt if you were
If
there
around, there's no way my son is going to go to that compound where he fell. It's not possible.
Because I was going to ask you the accident. What kind of accident was it? So
he was going to lesson. Actually, my mother was visiting me at that time, so I said, "Okay, look after him. Let me."
How
go
old
to
was he?
Abuja. He was 9.
Okay.
So I was going to Abuja, and I'm like, okay, just look after him. She wasn't going to stay for long anyway. I think he was going to lesson. Then he went to another compound to call the other kids that they are going together. And then one of the kids said, I've not taken my shower. I don't know what's wrong with our tank. It's not running. And my son, who already was doing karate lessons, thought he was the best person to go up there and see what's going on. So as soon as he climbed that tank, he just slipped from there and landed on the sharp rusted irons that almost... Thank God he didn't land on his eyes. We won't be talking here now. So the thing just went ahead and cut his urethra. And everything stopped from there.
Wow.
Okay, you were in national...
How old is he now?
He's 32 now.
You were on a national service then?
Yes.
Did you get any form of support from the Nigerian government?
As a matter of fact, I tell you, the only support I got at that point was from Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his wife.
Wow.
And that time he was the governor of Lagos State.
At that time he was the governor of Lagos State. And he was the only one who, after me and my colleagues have made efforts to raise money, Christy pushed him to one hospital in Ikeja, one private hospital. From there, we started making effort. Onyeka came in. All of us were like Wasuma, Wasiu. Everybody came in. Lagbaja, it was Daddy Shoki. It was a crazy time, But the little money we were able to get at that time was able to move us to just a few hospitals.
Right.
And then we continued from there, and we continued to struggle from there, and the struggle has not stopped till now.
Nothing from the federal government?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Wow. Now that you're back, I mean, that song here prepared me. You did say that song was written by a friend who saw your struggle and wrote the lyrics of that song. Take us through how you came about the song.
There's this lady who has a song company. In America, they have song company, they
Record label.
so you don't have to
do everything by yourself.
Or like we,
you write, you produce, you do everything.
Everything, direct. They probably even pay. I met her during my course of my American movement, and then she wrote the song and said, look, Stella, you have to sing this song. It's actually about your experience, but it's also good for you to come back to work so you can continue to pay your son's bills. You cannot just stay off work.
Right.
It's been too long, And then I came back to Nigeria, and she sent me this song. I looked at it. For 2 years, I refused to sing this song. First of all, I said, Tisho Oyinbo song, Isu Oyinbo Jare. That kind of stuff.
Nigerians may not relate with it.
I mean, I'm used to just writing
my local song,
sweet melody, But I looked at it again and I said, it's a challenge for me to do this song. It's something different, it's unique, and it's creativity at its own.
Right.
So I decided that, okay, I'll do the song and see how it goes. And here we are.
Okay, but Stella, when you look at the market of today, it has changed.
Yeah.
People listen more to hip-hop, and listening to these He Prepared Me, it sounded more like gospel to me.
It's inspiration.
Inspiration, so to say. Do you think you can still fit into the market?
Yes, definitely. I could do Afrobeat. I have experience. I have wealth of experience. And if I take what they are doing now and put it on a more positive light and use it to propagate positive things to the youths, I think it will fly.
Okay.
And I think that It Prepared Me is like opening gates for me to do things.
Okay.
And like I said, He Prepared Me is a unique song. It's different from what everybody is doing, including me. You know, so I don't mind going a bit higher by doing things that is different.
Yes. That can appeal to the younger generation.
That's different from what everybody is doing. You know, I believe that Nigerians are lovers of music. If you do something good, they will accept it. There's one song now that came out again that is really Ngo Ngo Ngo.
So, yeah.
It's an old
It's
song.
an old song,
yeah.
And when Fatai Dollar came back with Okeresi Number, he was all over the place before he died. I mean, he made a lot of impact with it, to the extent that people were even taking it and doing their own version. So it's great. I mean, I'll definitely do remix of some of my old songs.
Right, because music is universal.
Yes, it is.
And lyrics are also very important. We can still connect today with Okomiye.
Yes.
We can still connect today with Ife.
Yes.
And so again, perhaps this will stand you out, because again, when you pick the lyrics of those songs, they may be old, but if you still play them today, people will still come back to resonate with them. So are you open to collaborations? What do you call them? What do you call when you sing with someone else? What do you call that?
Collaboration.
Collaboration.
No, it's not.
Collaboration.
Okay, yes.
You got it right.
Yes. No, I was just saying, when you do collabos. Collabo. When you do
that's a Gen Z language.
So when you do collabos. So are you positive that at the moment you still have the energy, you still have what it takes to bridge the gap between our generation and the current generation?
We thank God. We thank God. Like I said before, I can only go higher. Like the old wine, you can only get better.
Right.
You know, thank God that I still have my energy despite my underlying medical condition. I'm diabetic. I have BP. I suffered heart attack not too long. You know, I came around again, and I'm still moving. You know, and my energy is back. And talent is poor.
Yeah.
I love talent is poor that you said. You were raised in Ibadan.
I was born in Ibadan.
Yes. So your journey all through Ibadan to Ife, how did that shape your life? And the kind of challenges that you have faced in life, what has life taught you?
From Ibadan, we came to Lagos. My father was a teacher, so we were always moving. We came to Lagos, and I grew up here. And then from here, I went to Ife. My life has been Yorubalized. I don't know what to do about it. My life has been Yorubalized all the way, all the time. But I'm loving it. Now they give me food. Yoruba people. I don't feel leave them. Even though my son is Yoruba. My son is from Abeokuta.
You see? And that just capped it up.
You know, it just wrapped me. I remember the last time I went to Delta for something. My governor just looked at me and said, go back to your Yoruba land. You don't come home to do anything. Go and meet them.
But I mean, that has worked for you somehow.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You know, oh, definitely.
Because again, I'm going to go back to that song, Okomiye, because again, that is what brought out Stella. Yeah. And that is what we can still resonate with Stella today. I'm sure a lot of people are wondering, Okomiye, can you just do a little performance with Okomiye as you are seated here?
Okomiye. Dúró tì mí o, dọ́jọ́ alẹ́, má ṣe fi mí sílẹ̀, fa ọmọ aráyé, ayé ò fẹ́ ni fúnre, àforí ẹni, kí wọ́n má ṣe gbàgbé mi o, tó bá dára fún ẹ, lọ́jọ́ òwúrọ̀, tàbí lọ́jọ́ alẹ́ o, don't say no.
Then I love Kilode as well.
Oh, that one.
Yes.
Orin ọ̀tẹ̀ ni. Orin ọ̀tẹ̀ ni. That one.
Did anybody try to snatch your?
No, I wasn't even grown. I was in my teenage age when I made all those songs, and I was drawing inspiration from everywhere.
Okay.
There was this woman. She's our next door neighbor. She's always making trouble. Her husband will bring women to the house. You know, so she will make trouble. She will talk and talk and talk. And then one day I said, let me make a song out of what this woman is always talking about. Let me help her fight the fight.
Oh, no.
With a song.
Oh.
So as soon as I made the song, she was the first person I went to
give the song to.
Give the song to. I said, look, take this one. Don't even talk again. When they come, put
Play
it.
Oh yeah, so give us some
And
words
that
on Kilo Day.
Kilo de tó fi bínú
Torí mo sọ fún ẹ, kò yé bọ́kọ mi ṣe.
Tí n bá jáde o,
Wà bọ́kọ mi lọ. Tí n bá dé o, wà máa ronú.
Tí n bá lọ sí ìrìn àjò,
ilé àdìtì rẹ. Tí n bá dé o, wà máa kájẹ. Ọkọ mi yé.
Ẹ̀rín kan he.
Tó fẹ́ kú pẹ̀lú ẹ. Ọwọ́ ẹni tó ti sọnù ńkọ́.
Ọmọge o.
Lọ́lé ọkọ rẹ̀, má ṣe bá mi dù, tèmi ló ń ṣe.
This generation, they are missing, I swear.
You see?
We sang songs.
You know, and there were songs that made sense. There were songs that spoke to situations. There were songs that,
Exactly.
you know...
I know how many women stopped me on the road those days. They would just stop me and say, look, because of this song, I'm inviting you to my show. You know, it was so interesting. But then, on the other hand, all these Yoruba songs that are springing up are usually not the only song in the album.
Right.
You know, those days, we used to have like 12 tracks, 15 tracks.
one
it's
would
not like
stand
now.
out.
It's not like now that they are doing single. That time, if you don't have 15 songs, gbagbe oro, you are not recording. You know, you will suffer and stress. Then DJ will pick one song.
And then kill that one. And that would just be the selling
That is what has
point.
happened to my albums. They just
Right.
pick, maybe the Yoruba ones are more
Resonated
melodious, and then the lyrics are, well, controversial somehow, you know. So I think that's what it is, you know. That's how they Yorubalized me. That's what happened.
Because you had a message in those songs. I read one of
I
your
enjoyed it.
interviews, and you did say that one of your regrets is that you did not commercialize your songs. Can you take us through what that is all about?
Yes, that is because most of the time, during the time my colleagues were making money, I was always going to represent Nigeria somewhere, you know. It was always tour. You know, we went to Germany, to Horizonte Festival of Arts, World Festival of Arts, and I went as Oya to Shango. It was a drama presentation. And we went to several states. We went to Switzerland, we went to Amsterdam, we went to about 10 German states. It was incredible. And all the time, I don't know, it just falls on my lap. You know, I just get invitation that, okay, we're going on behalf of Nigeria to so and so place, and you have been chosen. Like when I was chosen to go to 158th anniversary of abolition of slave trade in diaspora, that was in Caribbean, and everybody came from all over the world. Mara Makeba was there. She was an old woman then,
at that time.
you know, but the next day, I was tagged Bombshell from Nigeria. And funny enough, the backup band that I had consisted of Zilonya, Peter King, Remy Kabaka, you know, all these big men. Right. And I was just tiny in front of them. But when I got to Caribbean, I was even afraid. There was one little girl I saw. I said, I won't sing again. Little girl from Jamaica also. After she performed, I said, but the next day, I was chosen as a bombshell from Nigeria.
Wow.
I didn't know what I did, you know, but I know I have a very strong stage presence.
Right.
You know, I know
How to command the band and do a good performance.
I have that one. Me Omoriko.
But you have a physique.
Perform.
Okay, Stella, before you go, you have faced so many challenges in life. For those who are watching us right now and they're facing one challenge or the other, what is that vital thing that we must never lose inside of us anytime we're faced with challenges?
He's preparing us. He's preparing us. I know that anything you face in life, God is preparing you. Because if not, he would have allowed me to die now. But he didn't. He prepared me for whatever experience I have now, for whatever I'm ready to do now, for whatever I want to do now. He prepared me. Now, my experience is bigger. I could look at life and say, you okay, you know, and I think we should just move on, you know, in whatever situation we find ourselves. He's preparing us. You know. Depends on how you take it.
Okay, I like the fact that you said move on,
Yeah.
you know, in everything that, you know, you get faced with. We'll take your final words before we allow you
If they
go.
throw soap at you, use it to bath.
Use it to bath. Yeah, we'll take a quick break. When we return, Stella is still here, but let's quickly, you know, take this break. And when we return, we'll take our final words from Stella.